in the neighborhood of Bonfim, one of the top 7 neighborhoods in Porto. Come check out this neighborhood with us.
What's up, expats and travelers alike? I'm Josh with Expats Everywhere.
And I'm Kaylee.
And at Expats Everywhere, we're dedicated to bringing you guys authentic information on what it's like living in a new place. We touch on topics like budgeting, what to expect living in your new place, and how to integrate with your new community.
Right now we're going through a mini-series where we are breaking down the top 7 neighborhoods in Porto that are livable for expats. We talk about housing, landmarks, eateries, things like that. So if you like that content, hit the subscribe button, check the playlist below. Let's talk about Bonfim. The neighborhood of Bonfim became an actual parish in the mid-1800s, where it became a main industrial parish where the textile industry dominated. So you can picture an industrial look where the architecture was more factory and chimney-like. The architecture today is very different, as this district has evolved into a wonderful neighborhood for all lifestyles.
Bonfim has a great mix of the old charming Porto along with new and up-and-coming trends. It is a popular location for musicians and those in the arts. It has an amazing balance of locals, expats, and even tourists. Some view Bonfim as a hipster district. You can see the changes from the past and a lot of renovation going on in this area to update streets, sidewalks, housing, and more.
This neighborhood is definitely not on the map as a tourist destination, which is great for living there. While most visitors won't venture here for big landmarks or prominent things to see, there are still some hidden gems within this district. They might not be as big and luxurious as other places, but they do bring some history. For example, the first public garden of Porto, Garden of St. Lazarus, is here. This park is small but well shaded, which is perfect for relaxing on a park bench or walking your dog. The flowers here are beautiful. Another historical thing to know about Bonfim is it has the first public cemetery as well, Porto do Repouso Cemetery. Another lesser-known landmark is Parque das Águas, also known as Quinta de Nova Sintra, which has a beautiful view of the Douro and has many flowers and fountains. These gardens are a little hard to find because it's actually connected with like the city water building company, but there's an information stall at the gate and they're really friendly there, and will explain that you can come in and take a look at the view and the different fountains around.
Here are a few other great things to see around Bonfim. The proximity of Bonfim to the downtown area is good because it's close enough to walk, but not so close that it houses loads of tourists. While there is a lot to do in Bonfim for locals, such as restaurants, green spaces, shopping, and more, we do have to note that there's not as much nightlife here. However, it is close to other districts known for their nightlife.
Bonfim has reinvented itself in recent years and is becoming a very desirable place to buy a house. This district has the charm of the river, a trendy vibe, relaxing parks, and a great mix of modern and traditional. Because of the rehabilitation in Bonfim, you will find it an appealing place to invest in.
Like we mentioned before, Bonfim is close to the downtown area, so walking around this area and to nearby neighborhoods is quite easy. There are also 2 metro stations here, Heroísmo and 24 de Agosto. Of course, buses zip around the district as well.
Let's get to 5 eateries in Bonfim.
Restaurant Astronauta has more of a local feel, but it is a great little spot with outdoor seating.
Meet again.
We are at Restaurante Astronauta, astronaut restaurant. It's in a very local area, kind of around apartment buildings, but it's very inexpensive and the staff is really friendly, so they have a great menu too. Ready? This looks good. I'm really excited.
I'm in for $6.50. Yo. Bacalhau con nata. I'm going low carb, no rice.
I will say that they have a good francesinha menu, but I had to take a break.
Little bacalhau con nata for Cia. Gosta? Valencia.
Yes.
She says gosta.
Craft Beer Armazém da Cerveja has a great selection of craft beers along with other imports they bring in. I had the Imperial Dessert Stout and whoa was I impressed with the flavor. This place has a funky vibe and it's great to just grab a drink and hang out with friends.
Cheers.
Cheers!
Cheers, Cia.
Cheers!
Duas de Letra has a vegetarian and a non-vegetarian menu of the day option and is super affordable. The staff there are extremely friendly and helpful, especially if you have kids. They have 2 stories at their location and outdoor seating on both floors, and you can check their menu out. It changes every week. It's on Facebook.
We are at Duas de Letra and the atmosphere is really cool. There's a little bit inside, a little bit outside, upstairs, downstairs, and so we're in the upstairs outside area even though there's jackhammering behind us. It's a really cool atmosphere and we're excited to try the different menus they have today.
Alright, so sometimes you go into a place, they say we've got 2 options of the day and you're 2 people, you and your missus or your mister or whomever you're with, and you're like, give me both. Both of these are out of this world good. Like this fish, it's got this coconut vegetable mixture. It's unbelievable. Like one of the best dishes I've had here in Portugal. How about that? Some beetroot butter spread. It's not really butter. It's a spread. That's good. If you like that earthy, beety flavor. You like it?
I do not like beets, so that's a little weird, but soup's good. Ready?
Parenting.
Ondo Korean Kitchen is on a street off the beaten path, but this authentic Korean is done really well. We love seeing the diversity that this district has to offer. Tapa Negra is a Portuguese-style restaurant right across the street from Igreja Matriz do Bonfim and Bonfim Cemetery.
Alright gang, so I am here at the original Tapa Negra and it's the home of the best francesinha in all of Porto. Or so it's said. I'm not that hungry, and you guys know that Kalie's the francesinha queen, so I'm just getting a bifana no pão. So that's pork and wow, it's basically a pork sandwich, pork on bread. So, cheers.
We've talked about Bonfim, now let's go ahead and give our ratings and our thoughts on what we think about the district.
Okay, This is neighborhood number 7. This is our final one. We've been going back and forth giving our ratings, but let's spice it up. On the count of 3, let's say what our rating is. We haven't talked about this before. I'm guessing I know her answer.
I think I know yours too. I think ours is going to be the same. Yeah,
yeah.
Go ahead.
All right. 3, 2, 1, 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We love Bonfim, and for our viewers who follow us a lot, we talk about Bonfim a lot, so it's probably not a surprise to you guys either.
Yes, we hope to buy a house there. We really hope that all of our video content does not lead to the market going up in the meantime before we get a house. Now, if it does afterwards, cool.
So the reasons that I like Bonfim is it's close to the city, but it's just far enough out that it still feels a little residential. So you get kind of the best of both worlds. It's not touristy, but it's so close to get into those tourist areas that you want to visit, but maybe not live in. So I really like that. There's a lot of renovation going on. You've got some bigger sidewalks. Streets are a little more modern, so a lot of the renovation is making it really nice, along with things like parks, playgrounds, great places like outdoor spaces for kids, for families. There's just a lot going on there that's really good.
There is, and I would say that it's probably the most local of all of the neighborhoods. Like it's the most local, most charming. There's not a lot of ALs, the like Airbnb style short-term rentals out there. The housing market is cheap, or well, not cheap, but it's lower. Cheaper, it's lower. You are kind of in the middle of the 2 different train stations that you can go to. That's great for getting around the country. It is a little far away from the airport, but you know, I can live with that. Like, how often do you go to the airport?
Right, when you're living, I mean, it's not that big of a deal. Just grab an Uber to the airport. But yeah, I just think it's a really great area that really has something for everyone. And it's got a couple like charming streets that have a lot of good places to eat, a lot of good shops, but then there are a couple other places that are a bit more residential and big apartment buildings, so you get the park area. So it's a really great place.
Bonfim.
We love you.
Well, since you guys clicked on this video, we know that you're interested in the neighborhoods of Porto. Click this playlist right here to check out the other 6 neighborhoods that we talk about, and maybe you can tell us what your favorite neighborhood is. Thank you guys so much. We will see you next time. Now let's get moving.
Bye.
Bye.